Yes, that's the first thing I always do. Oh, wait. Oh, there's the past chat. I didn't see that. Uh, yeah, I was there. It's just that I hadn't turned on the live chat indicator, so I didn't see your messages soon as I usually do. But I still have to watch XP's video. Um, but yeah, I just watched the launch and yeah. So here's coming people. Um, so basically here we are, and so last time we were trying to get a suborbital mission, and we had definitely failed our solid booster approach. It clearly didn't work. It kept losing control. So this time we are gonna sacrifice some of that science we gained to unlock some liquid rocket boosters, some which we would have had to do anyways at some point. And also, I slightly changed my mod pack since since I followed the suggestions of some of you and I installed the JNSQ contract pack, which corrects some of the values in contracts. And I tried to install Adastra, which is the astronomy visual pack for JNSQ, but I think I messed up the installation and it's not really working. Um, so what I have to do now is I also downloaded digital reentry because why not? So, and I think I have to configure it. Maybe. Button manager, click to block. Apparently not. Maybe there is something here. Yes, I use Siken, but Adasta is not on Siken. So that's the point. And probably then the point is not on Adasta, it's on dependencies because Adasta depends on Astronomy Visual Pack itself, I think, but probably Siken is not letting me install it because it conflicts with JNSQ, so it's a hot mess. I don't know. I'd really like to know. So, yes, potential. I don't know what this is, so I leave it as it is. Now, maybe. Well, okay. So, here we are. Let's see if there is one last attempt at saving our solid design, but because the point is we have no active control, we only have passive stabilization, which does not work. This does not have a reaction wheel, so it's useless. This does not have gimbaling. These do not provide any control whatsoever. Yes, we have no control at all. So we'll unlock liquids. There we go. Now we also see we have general rock tree up here. That's a totally normal tech tree branch. Yeah, fins all the way, baby, but then it starts spinning during staging. The problem is always staging. I could solve that problem if I had a radial decoupler, because then I could hot stage, but I don't have a radial decoupler, so I can't. Oh, and we have to warp until the tech is researched, because Kerbal construction time. Yeah, it's just hard. Uh, Tech warp. It's so annoying because it stops time warping when there are other unimportant things. Okay, we have the stuff now. Um, no, that doesn't work because Kerbalism does not allow you to run the same experiment multiple times. I'm sorry, this is a realistic game. So, we don't have any... Oh, we do have some oriented stuff, but we don't have a parachute. So, that's just gonna be a sounding rocket. Let's stack, let's say, 7 tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let's get an engine. A swivel or a valiant. We'll just need 40 kilonewtons, more or less, a bit more. So I think a valiant is enough for now. 4 fins. Then let's get a decent color for these tanks. Okay. Now let's deal with the science part. Which scientific instruments do we want? We want the mystery goo. No, not mystery goo. So we'll have the... We have telemetry report here. Then we have the one Geiger counter and one thermometer, the usual stuff. Then let's say 4 batteries and 4 antennas. Should be enough. Totally enough. Now let's deal with fuel priority. We'll have it join first here, then here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's the geometry just fits very snugly, and that's very cool. So, what will we call this sounding rocket? The previous one was the lance, so we'll call this javelin 1. Now I'm gonna save it and simulate a launch in Crash here. Vanilla, JNSQ, SS, OpenShip, Vanilla. Yes, we'll come back to Vanilla at some point, I guess. Alright, let's go. And let's see if the rocket is enough. I'm not sure if that's actually enough fuel to get to suborbital trajectory. Well, it might. Throttle down. And I hold the throttle like that until 10 kilometers. Yes, I do. I have an overlay on the screen that allows me to read the chat. Sometimes I have to pause it and move it around because that's sometimes, depending on where I'm playing, it can cover stuff. But yeah, I read like comments. And we cannot know where our purpose is because basic tracking station, but we might make it. Oh, that's not good. Oh. I'm pretty sure it's Restock Plus. It's the Valiant engine from Restock Plus. Okay, so even if we flipped, I guess we'll make it to space. Yes, we are doing. Alright, terminate simulation. And we can actually build this vehicle. Okay, add it to build list. So now this should allow us to complete the contracts for entering space, and I guess this is still 70 kilometers because of the because I accepted it before installing the configs for JNSQ, and yes, we'll do both. Rollout of Javelin. Bye. Good night. Alright, launch it. Now let's make sure all of our experiments are set to waiting. Now they are. SAS, full thrust, ignition. Now we are running smoothly. We'll throttle down when we get to around 300 meters per second. There. And we'll throttle back up at 10 kilometers of altitude. Or even just now. I'm turning on precision control just in case. Trajectory is looking nice. Just a lot of assessing some evil, so your eyes will be working with super. Yeah, no, I prefer actually playing the career Galactic. Also, I'm barely managing. Oh god, what's happening? I am barely managing to install some mods for a visual pack for JNSQ. So let's leave that aside for now. And what the hell is happening here? Oh, I used the low storage space version. Also failures. Oh yes, we had the deadly entry that was starting to heat up our probe. So we perform both contracts. Let's deal with notifications. Okay. Science is nice, 10.8. And I guess we are transmitting a lot. Yes, we are. We have plenty of electric charge. And currently we have the problem that unfortunately I forgot to upgrade the storage space on the protobodyne. Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't install properly Adastra for this stream because I kinda messed up the installation process. But I guess I'll get it right for the next time. Alright. Wow, that's an eye apogee. Is there a moon or something in the sky? Not really. Okay, we are transmitting back a lot of stuff. Come on. I really hope we can get to the 15 science I need for next science node. I don't think so. I'd really like to. Well, I don't know. KSP fundamentally has no goals. I'd really like to establish crude presence on multiple celestial bodies because that's something I have never really done in career mode. I've never really gone past moon. Now there goes our rocket. So I'd like to go further than that. Alright. 12.10 science. That's not enough for anything at all. We have a strategy available, local science. That I will pick this when this gives me a bonus for science collected at the KSC, so I'll get it when I do the classic rover hopping between buildings. Now let's see what contacts do I have. Is there anything doable on a sounding rocket? Relay satellite on Mimos, orbit, maybe something on the launch site? There's also stuff to do in flight. Oh, I need to test a Valiant, which is precisely the engine that my sounding rocket uses, so that's doable. Test a TD12, no, thank you. So I'm going with just that one. Alright, I'm building another rocket. Let's add, this time I'll add more antennas and more storage space. So hopefully we will be able to get much more science. It's an NVIDIA 1650 Ti, if I remember correctly. Now we have doubled our antenna capacity. Let's quadruple our storage space. And let's have a look at the science archives that Kerbalism gives us to see what we have done. Now with the radiation scan is pretty much to be done in space. There is still the temperature report to be done both in space low and flying high. Now that was, yeah, and the telemetry report, yeah, everything will keep on flying. Because JNSQ is sort of a step to concern. Not really, because I like realism, but not copying reality. Like, I think I want to stay Kerbal, because if you install a real solar system, you basically when is vessel did not pass the checks. Oh, I have too many parts. Yeah, let's remove two antennas. Like as I was saying, if I were to install a real solar system, I'd be pretty much forced to play using real parts that's because they are scaled correctly for the real solar system. But which means that I wouldn't really get to play with Kerbal parts, which is what I actually want to do. I think this is one. So basically, it wouldn't be KSP anymore. It would, because what I like about KSP is that it is original. It doesn't force you to repeat history, which you already kind of know how it turned out. So it wouldn't be that original for me, and so that's why I want to stick to stock or stock-alike parts and stock-alike solar system. Alright, that's built. Let's hope this is the correct one, because I accidentally built two. Launch it. Everything is set to waiting. SAS, precision control, full thrust. And is there fuel in the tanks? Yes, there is. Throttling back. Oh, did we complete the contract? Yes, we did. Throttle back up, and then we'll throttle down again once we are near burnout. Okay, 2/3 of the thrust. Full thrust again. Nice. Look at that G-force. Okay. Now we are collecting data, but we are not filling our hardware yet, and we are also keeping up with transmission. That's good, and also we go to space. And also is persistent rotation isn't quite working. Opposite of nice. But what's working is these antennas that are transmitting back my data. Look at that, the storage space is freeing up. That means our science is getting transmitted, and also we have enough science to unlock the parachute. Because now that we know what the temperature is like in space, we can develop a parachute. That's perfectly logical. Let's see how long we survive re-entry. Yeah, we lost our data connection in any case. Yeah. Space Central. Alright. Let's head here, so we get to choose. More propulsion, which I don't really need as of now. We have stability, which gives us radial decouplers. But most importantly, we have survival, which adds these, a lot of nice stuff, especially the parachute and another promco, which might have a reaction wheel, I think. Yeah, we're going with this, which will unlock Mystery Goo as well, because now we can recover data. And also, soon this stuff will be available as well. Strategy is nothing. Now, let's accept some contracts. I think it might be time to go orbital, maybe? Oh, first of all, we have to warp until all the technologies are unlocked. I was thinking we might try to get an orbital rocket. I was thinking about adding maybe a solid field upper stage to our sounding rocket, and that might get to orbit because I remember that was it the shrimp booster could actually get um, a lot of delta V, at least respectable delta V, and that's quite cheap and also hopefully quite light. Alright, we have the tech. So now, new probe core. We have more storage space. Reaction wheel, slightly cheap, more expensive and heavier, but I guess that's natural. Now let's see what delta V this can achieve. Well, a lot actually. Considering that in JNSQ orbital velocity is around 4 kilometers per second around the Kerbin, that's pretty respectable. Now let's turn this into a proper satellite. In particular, we'll have a telemetry report. Now, not much storage space, because that's not really needed. Now, what science do we have now? Temperature scan. We'll have to go to space high. Same for telemetry report. Same for radiation scan. So now, since they are very light, I'll just install both. Now we also need now we won't need much electric charge because we have the one stored here, but we'll put a solar panel to recharge it. Single solar panel. Now let's rotate it in a decent way. Now this should be centered. Yes. And finally, communications. We want something light. So now this would be 5 kilograms. This would also be 5 kilograms. So I'm going with 2 of these. And now we have 2.6 kilometers per second of delta V in this upper stage. And wait, what's our decoupler situation? We have a TD2, and what the hell is this? Oh, it's heat shield decouplers. So will they work here? Seems like it. But there's not much of a point, since it's pretty much same mass and same cost. Do we have a radial decoupler? No, we don't. Wait, the alternative would be to use a pug as an upper stage. And that does not provide as much delta V. So yeah, the solid remains king, especially because it's not much heavier than that. Now, I was thinking about maybe, no, 8 of these is not enough. Maybe a solid first stage, then a second stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just a bit before, and then a Valiant. How many parts do we have left out? Decent number. Now let's see. The priority there is fine. Decrease it 2 points. 3 points. 4 points. 5 and 6. And finally our solid first stage. Does that work? Yes, it does. Now, going geometry, we could I'll go with the high thrust one. Now let's see what our aerodynamic situation is. Not great, not terrible, and needs some more things. Now this sounds like a stupid design, and it probably is. Now let's call it the, I don't know. Are there any problems? No. Let's call this something like better names. Pond A. And let's simulate this, and maybe it works. The idea is basically to have the solid booster give us a kick as right as we launch, then have the liquid sustainer, and then have the orbital insertion be done by the small solid motor at the top. That's mostly because I want the upper stage to be light, and because I don't have radial decouplers. Or maybe I should stage them together. Now this booster will pretty much take us to supersonic speed. From which the sustainer can take over. Yes, I have a good feeling about this. Oh, I don't know what my apogee is. That's a problem. I have to eyeball it, as usual. Kerbin, are you good? Kinda. Oh yeah, thank you, it works. Okay, 70 kilometers. 80. We have a space-worthy apopsis. Worked. Thank you for the info. Alright, walk to Apogee. Our Apogee is 127 kilometers. When we are there, we fire. Oh! Fire the solid. Power. Come on. I know you can do it. Yes. Okay, the vehicle works. So I can now build one. I can now build it and accept a couple of contracts to get into orbit. So first of all, we'll get this one, which is very lucrative. Oh, this also wants me to return, so we'll put it aside for later. So now this just requires us to go into orbit. Perfect. This one also wants to return from orbit, so that's not what we want to do for now. But this cost irradiation belt sounds doable. And now, what's our financial situation? Could be better, but it will soon improve with the inflow of cash from all of those contracts. And maybe we'll also get enough prestige to manage to grab some decent strategy. EB, palm day, roll out. Nice, it's also day. Launch. I also actually like the design of the rocket because it's unusual, at least for me. Staging, yeah. So now that's a break from the norm. Let's set all modules to waiting, and now we can launch. Liftoff. Also precision mode. Oh, well, then I guess you just went to Memos if that was the case. But yeah, Principia has these weird rebalancing tactics. The gravity tune is always scary because I am so scared of flipping my rocket. Because it has happened so many times, I'm just traumatized. yeah, this one seems to be behaving really well. And I'm holding my attitude there. For a bit of time. Oh, actually, I made okay, 60 kilometers of apopsis. Let's start pitching down. 80 kilometers of apopsis in space. We can now use our sustainer to gather lateral velocity. Also, waterfall. That waterfall exhaust is so beautiful. Yeah, I don't really need graphic mods for planets and stuff like that, but I couldn't live without waterfall and Restock. There's just no way. Alright, we're in space. Let's extend it to antennas. Also, the another good thing about the high thrust upper stage is that I guess you don't escape the range of your ground station. Upper stage is 136 kilometers, so now let's walk to there. Let's point at the horizon. And ignition. You can really feel the thrust. I don't even want to know what the G-force is on this thing. Orbital, nice. We are in orbit. A very high orbit. Yes, we'll also be able to collect science from high space, which is just very good. So now we are transmitting the science we got during our ascent because we have depleted the science in low space as far as these experiments go, but we still haven't gotten all of the data from high atmosphere because we just didn't spend enough time there. So we are transmitting that now. Then stage destroyed. We did some milestones like getting to orbit. We now have strategies available. And contract done. Perfect. Now we have to cross the radiation belt, which we will do without any problem. If by crossing it means entering and not going in from one side and then going out from the other, because otherwise that would be a problem. But let's see. Don't we have any okay, other ground stations? Yeah, we entered the radiation belt. Perfect. Also, we're getting the radiation scan from the inner belt. And however, I did not factor in the fact that high space probably starts higher in JNSQ. So I don't know how high I will have to go to get there. Space, inner belt, magnetosphere. flying high, space low. Yeah, didn't figure out how it works. Maybe I'll try again. Well, actually, Kerbalism isn't real. That does not involve career directly. It's basically science done differently. Well, because the experiments take time, and also you have transmission bottlenecks and stuff like that. And then there is life support and failures. So that's not really directly related to how your career works. It's more like stuff that runs in the background that you have to keep into account when designing and flying and testing your designs. But it's not directly impacting your career. Now we have these two strategies. In particular, moon probes, which will give me a lot of funds for milestones from moon, but will take away funds from milestones from other celestial bodies, and will also give me some money in advance, and asks me to eventually land 3 probes on different biomes of the moon, and then it will also pay me some stuff, but I'm not sure I can reach moon quite yet, both because of power, of the payload markets, and also because I don't have a decent navigation network. So I guess my first focus will be to now start grinding some money to actually be able to upgrade some buildings. Really played with failures. There's something that didn't convince me. Alright, let's see what we can do. We have satellites to specific orbits. Now these might be doable, but first I needed to add maneuvering capabilities to my rocket, which also means increasing the payload, which conflicts with the maximum part count, so the best thing to do would be just to research some better parts, give some room to make bigger rockets. Now I think our very interesting our next node would be stability, because it allows us radial decouplers, and radial decouplers will allow us to use boosters, because otherwise, yeah. Also this one. Uh, this also has the mighty experiment. This one, this costs too much. Now that's a tough decision. What to follow? Well, the first thing I have to do is actually just get science. Oh, I have to do the mystery goo. So yeah, let's do some mystery goo, and then let's end this stream, because we already this alright, mystery goo. Now for the mystery goo, we'll build a rocket I'll call Lens 4. It will be really simple. we'll have an inline mystery glue, which kinda weighs more than a regular one, but it's inline, so that's easier. A loader sand chore. Then we have a parachute to make it possible for it to splash down somewhere. Now, mystery glue requires electricity. Specifically, we need to run for 10 minutes. And so far, this will last 4, so that's not enough. But with some batteries, we'll be able to run it for 20, which is more than enough. Alright, now we have our mystery glue. Now we just need stabilization. Precisely, will you put a fin here, a single fin, and then we'll decrease our fuel load to have a short burn of, let's say, 9 seconds. Okay, now this will be lens 4. Save and build. So what this will do is that it will lift off from the pad, then due to the asymmetric fin configuration, it will pitch down, so it will head towards the water, and it will land in the water thanks to the parachute, and then we'll get Mr. Guru reading from the water. Now that I think about it, I have an oceanography experiment which should run in water, so I better put it there as well. Now let's see, science takes 15 minutes, takes some electric charge. Oh boy, it needs an extreme amount of electric charge. 6 per second for 15 minutes, no, that's too much. I'm not flying that thing. At least until I have better technology. No, I am playing in the JNSQ system, which is kind of like the stock system, but it's scaled up by a factor of around 2.5. And also there are some outer planets added. And I hope that this will be a meaningful addition because I've never been farther than Duna. And that was in a sandbox game. But I really hope to get there. .8, yeah, more or less. Alright. Oh yeah, let's put the telemetry report. I don't think I did the final frontier because I thought uh, the planets that already come with JNSQ by itself are enough, at least for now. Well, I might always get it later. And I don't think we'll hit the water. Yeah, definitely not. But this little rocket went to 3 kilometers. Wow. This small booster is not to be underestimated. Am I doing all of this for 2.1 points of mystery goo? So it would add another star, if that's an exoplanet. Boy, I haven't even been to the outer Kerbal system, and now I'm supposed to go to stars, but maybe later. We'll try, definitely. Oh, planet line, okay. And we have touchdown. So now we can wait 10 minutes. Bro, are we serious? Oh god, Mr. Gu only has landed the flying? Is this a joke? Oh, it's not landed biomes. Kill me. So now we're covered to VAB. Oh, that's nice. But for now, I think the we're not going to go nearly that far. So now we'll refurbish this one. Stop. Let's put some solid fuel there. Now again, this is well, we can do it on the water, like, all right. Alright, so now we are targeting a mystery glue experiment in the air. Okay, we can roll out our lens for. Yeah, we'll spend half of the time rolling out we're warping to stuff. Also, we have 16 science points, which is almost enough for the stability tech tree node. But I'll wait a bit before spending them. I'll just get this mission done before the stream ends. Alright, there we go. We can now set the mystery glue to waiting. The solid will go on the first stage, and we could like not remove the. We should have actually transitioned this rocket to a stable orientation, because now we are not longer actually hitting for the water. But anyways, whatever. Now we're gonna get as high as we can, and also we're setting the parachute deployment altitude to maximum, because now we want to go slow. We want to spend as much time as possible in the air. get that mystery glue done. I think that this is what planes are for, but I'm not a plane guy, so yeah. Rockets hanging from a parachute. Yeah, there's gonna be plenty of time for it to complete. Yeah, no, it's straight up gonna be a pain to wait until it comes down. Oh, goes 3 kilometers to go at 4 meters per second. This is gonna take forever. Deal with some notifications, no contracts. Remember to report. We still have a telemetry report to do in while flying high. That's just how little time we spend there, I guess. Or that's biome specific, actually. Temperature scan. Oh, come on. Oh, actually, Mr. Glue is still running. So this is not wasted time, actually. What's happening? Maybe the launchpad is finishing reconditioning. We'll never know. Giving me some. Oh, okay, that's 200 meters per second. We are saving. So that's good. But now we are gonna spend this kilometer going down. KSP is a game about space, also KSP. Yeah, I made a memo today, no, yesterday about Elcano players, and I can't stand like 10 seconds of this, and I don't know how they drive around the whole planet. Seriously, well, to be honest, I kinda attempted an Elcano once, but I don't know what I was really thinking. But I actually got like to the other side of the continent where the KSC is. Ah, come on, here we are, here we are. And I did it in a spacecraft multiple times. Recover to VAB so that we can reuse it. Boy, Mach 12, that's fast. Alright, we got 18.6 science, which is enough to unlock stability if we were to confirm our choice. But I don't want to do that now because I think that for today we have achieved enough. We went from the last stream where we couldn't even get a decent design to suborbital space to actually building a liquid fuel suborbital rocket and to getting it into orbit with actually a design that I had never tried before in career, with this small solid fuel upper stage that then stays attached to the satellite, just like actually Explorer 1 did. And so yeah, I think I'll end the stream here and then we'll figure out what to do next time. And until then, may your lunch streams be in the day, unlike what happened this night. And goodbye.